all this new demand could be met many times over by clean renewables. Like gas would never even enter into the picture. Is that your understanding as well?
On a broad level, yeah, I agree with that statement. And I'm also glad that you're getting transmission expert in to explain the extremely complicated and convoluted transmission regulatory framework in the United States.
Yep.
It's a total labyrinth out there, and I sympathize with anyone trying to write about it, let alone make recommendations. So yeah, there are a handful and a growing body of research that show we can get to a roughly 80 to 90% carbon-free electricity system with existing technology, keep retiring coal, keep new gas build to a minimum, and grow load about 2% per year. So, for example, I worked on a study with UC Berkeley and Grid Lab. We studied how much capacity the grid would need to hit 90% carbon-free by 2035, while also reaching 100% EV sales in 2035. That's heavy-duty electric vehicles, medium-duty, and light-duty. So not the pace we're on, but basically what we saw was this would get the grid growing about 2% per year, and we found it would need about 1,800 gigawatts of new clean energy resources. That's 1,400 gigawatts of wind and solar, 400 gigawatts of 2 to 8 hour battery storage, and we could operate the system dependably, matching supply and demand in every hour of 7 weather years. So that's 8760 hours times 7, because you got to look at how weather changes for solar and wind generation across many years. So that's significantly less than the size of the interconnection queue today, which, by the way, the size of it is one thing, but the queue grew 700 gigawatts last year. So the rate of growth of the resources in the queue, that's still accelerating. And yeah, like you say, 2% per year is just about the highest load growth nationally anyone can reasonably expect anytime soon, even with all this craziness. So it can be done with existing technology. Actually building that stuff that quickly and including the transmission networks and market reforms needed, that's still an enormous challenge. But in terms of the resources that are available and ready to come to market, that interconnection queue is a strong indicator that if we get the policy reforms and infrastructure that we need, the resources will be there.